What's up, people? Punch here. So I'm back for part 2 for SCP-5K, the new update, .16, Ghosts of Southgate. And I wanted to show off this new area I was finally able to get to, because once you get past the big guy, the big SCP-610, which you can kill, by the way, I was able to get into a garage door, shut it, and then now I'm in the hospital. It's going to be the hospital to the radio tower, because once again, when I get towards the end where I have to defend a specific area, which is a computer doing a download, I have basically perished from 610, the big guy, once again, trying to stop him from basically hugging the radio tower. But you'll see that towards the end of the video. And let's go ahead and talk about some of the stuff in part 2. Before I play the Marcus tape, I want people to know that you have to collect 3 documents in order to move on through the story.
This is Marcus Benedict, communications technician at NSIS-4. Our outpost was taken over, and we were held hostage by a group calling themselves the Foundation. They came here to conduct tests in secret. A few weeks ago, a large red container arrived with weird symbols. Then the fences went up, the guns came out, and people started disappearing. Today we all woke up to shouting, gunshots. All the Foundation personnel were gone by the time we got outside. Then everyone made a plan to grab some snowcats and head towards Troll Base to get help. But the south gate was shut. Power was off. And all the vehicles had been sabotaged. I tried talking them out of it, but they wouldn't hear it. The truth is, I'm the one that sabotaged the vehicles and shut off the power. The Foundation paid me to keep everything quiet, to scrub the manifests, shut down the radio tower after every transmission. Troll Station even called in to ask how we were doing, and I lied. I'm the one that delivered the red container to the hospital. And what I saw in there, what they were doing, I can still hear the screams. I was going to take the key, and I was going to leave them all behind. What the fuck is wrong with me? I killed my friends. I killed all of them. And I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. I betrayed everyone for what? Money? Money? Like it fucking matters now. Even if Justine and the others could turn on the generators and open the south gate, whatever the Foundation made is still here. They can't leave. None of us can. I used to pray. I don't recognize this world anymore. What kind of God lets this happen that would listen to me? Whoever's listening, if you are, you're the one I'm praying to now. Please forgive me.
As you're walking to the surveillance room, you're going to see a computer on a desk at the far back of a wall. This is actually the computer that you'll come back to upload the data to the captain or anybody that is a part of your specific troop. And once you do that, you have to go through essentially a wave-based mode where you have to fight a bunch of 610s that come after you, including the big 610 that essentially hugs the radio tower and stops the download from happening, and you have to destroy him.
Captain, this is really bad. Before we go any further, you gotta contact Ganzier and request authorization for an MRG. An abomination like this, he can't be allowed to leave.
Okay, I understood.
I don't like it any better than you do. There's an old observation tower next to the satellite. I'm gonna prepare the MRG there. And then I'll head to the hospital.
I wanted to show this off real quick because there are two different ways you can do this. One, you could shoot them all with you or your friends, or you could run past them, get inside the doors, and press the button.
Made it to the hospital, Captain.
Great work. You're walking into ground zero. Stay alert.
Since we're getting deeper into the hospital, I'm going to talk about my experience playing this because I'm not going to lie, man. There are types of things in Area 12 that scared me a couple of times or had jump scares. This entire place gave me goosebumps the entire time. Not to mention when I got hit by that, first of all. What you don't understand is that if I shot the wall, you'd think it stopped shooting at me. However, that's not the case, because after I go back, it hits me again. What it is that there's a skeleton that's split in half. There's two different sides of it. And it has this tentacle that comes out, and if you go near him, he will smack the hell out of you. It does tick damage, it's not a whole lot, but eventually it adds up. And if you don't take them out, they'll eventually kill you and you have to start all over. Like I said, when it comes to the Antarctica rework, you only have one life, and when that one life is gone, you have to start all the way back over again. So it's going to be difficult until they decide to release checkpoints, which I'm going to assume might happen as time goes on with the development of this. You got to remember, SCP-5K is still early access, and it's an alpha. The other thing is that when I came into this small room or this lobby, it had these skeletons everywhere. Actual full-blown skeletons. And you find your first gun as well, which is I think is the pump shotgun. But if I was you and you're starting off this game fresh and you don't know what's going to happen, essentially I would be saying learn how to crouch walk and get ready for a lot of tight corners because, man, these things will beat the hell out of you, and there's a ton of them. So watch out when you're going through small holes, big corridors, lobbies, hallways, or even like a closet. Another thing is when this dead body starts to move around, boop, he grabs him and leaves. That also scared the hell out of me for the first time because I'm thinking, okay, well, that's probably going to happen to me and I might die. If you shoot it about 2 or 3 times, it will open up and you can move on and get smacked by these tentacle things on the top of the ceiling.
Enoch, hey, something's going on. Geomatic, we might lose each other for a bit.
Captain.
I can barely hear you.
Fuck.
They talk about in the patch notes a couple of things I did not know about. For example, they said added Part 2 to Antarctica, which is the rework one they did for Ghost of the Southgate. And then they said 610 has 4 variants. If you count the skeletons, that would be 3, so I haven't seen the 4th one yet, besides the big guy and the small one. Then they also talk about the Mask of Amphilos, which is the mimetic visions you use, climbable ladders, and throwable flares, which I thought flares were already in the game, but it seems like that is the new stuff, and I guess it would make sense because they showed it in the trailer. They also talk about rewards for the Kickstarter, being GOC Peacekeeper skin, name tag icon, and some other stuff. They talk about some quality of life improvements like return to main menu button to server map select, controller and keyboard support to server map select, and game mode and objective text with localization, and a couple of balance fixes as well.
This is Dr. Amy Nightingale, Day 5 of Trials, October 16th, 1800 hours. Our tests on the new SCP-610 Vex have begun. By utilizing this base's natural environment, we can work without concern that the original SCP-610 instance will breach containment. Is the injection ready?
Yes, Doctor.
Fantastic. Let's proceed. This is so exciting.
Injection beginning now.
Readings are normal so far. Cellular reproduction is multiplying. At this rate, the body temperatures would... No, this shouldn't be happening. This will make containment. Oh no! Stop the procedure! My hand! Don't let go! I'm trying to... No! Put your aim at the skull!
I'd like to say when it comes down to getting hit by these things a bunch of times and taking the game on as a speed run or a rush, you will get smacked. If you don't take it slowly, if you don't think it methodically enough, and you see like a cord and you think, okay, maybe I can go underneath it or run into it, you will take damage and possibly even die. Because I made that mistake when I first played in my session, and I ran straight through. I lost almost all my health, and I was at like maybe a quarter. By the way, this thing squishes up against the window, and I thought that was kind of gross as well.
I recall a professor at university describing a scientist as someone who isn't satisfied with the knowledge they have. The scientist is always asking how, asking when, asking why, tirelessly asking questions. Ironic that now, when it couldn't possibly matter less, I finally ask myself what I should have months ago. Why? Why did I let them fly me to this wilderness? Why did I not listen to the voices that were screaming from inside me to stop? Why did I let the Foundation feed me these obvious lies? Why did I press on, pushing myself toward oblivion when I knew what I was creating? On the remote chance that anyone is listening, I'm attaching a hard drive with all of our data to this audio recording. Maybe you'll be able to sort through and find a way to stop the cellular growth, or at least come up with a way to kill SCP-610 cells en masse. Maybe this is another point of data that will help you uncover what the Foundation is truly planning to unleash on the world. Maybe this will only be found years after by whatever survivors made it. Or maybe it will stay here for millennia on an empty planet. Irrelevant now, really. The time when I had choices is long gone. Now I sit locked inside the lab in which I spent many sleepless, freezing nights designing my own destruction, asking myself endless, pointless questions. Did I destroy the world? Or am I just a pawn in the inevitable? If it wasn't me, it would have been someone else. Another scientist unwilling to ask why. Of course, if it was someone else, I wouldn't be here. I'd get to die somewhere else. Somewhere fucking warmer. Best of luck.
Enoch, can you hear me? Remember the massive tentacles poking out of the ground? They're awake now, and they're angry. Take whatever data you found to the radio tower, then you...
Captain?
They're headed for the ship.
I'm moving.
Enoch, those spires are starting to drag us towards land. The MRG.
Captain, I'm on my way to the tower. Hold on. Once I begin the upload, that should draw them away from you.
Falling back to the boiler room. Enoch, we lost the bridge.
Captain? Captain!
When it comes down to this area, you're going to be having to turn on the generator, and once you do that, the truck will basically go. I wanted to show this off, however. These things took an innocent penguin and put it inside their meat pile. And so because I found it, disheartening and that this little penguin just wanted to live his life, these monsters threw him in their pile and turned him into one. So fueled from my desire to protect that penguin, I shoot my AK at these monsters, turn on the generator, and have the truck swerve out of control into a wall, and then have the sound play for quite a while as the guy's head is currently against the horn. But as you hold down the F button, it'll go through this animation, and he'll fly down, driving into a wall. and then you'll eventually have to get on top. Again, another big 610 you have to deal with, going inside of a small area, and he will hurt you a lot. This is, however, how I died when it came down to the radio tower towards the end of the video. I didn't understand where I was really going so much, and I didn't know like where to go because I didn't look on the ground. Plus, I was really hurt. But I will say that this will be part 2 of Ghosts of the South Gate, the SCP-610 update that came out today, March 5th, 2025, and I've been one nut punch as per usual. Like I said, I'm going to be seeing what else I could find. If they said that there's part 1 and part 2, maybe part 2 is completely something different, and because it's a giant campaign, there's still probably a bunch more stuff to be found. I will go and find out more stuff, and I'll put out more parts as time goes on. Might even stream it later. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.